Let's go to travel expert Bobby Laurie. Bobby, good morning. Welcome.
Hi there. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Better now that you're on, because people have a lot of questions, Bobby.
Yeah.
What should travelers do if their flight was canceled and they need to rebook fast? And we know there are thousands of people out there.
Yeah, if you're holding on to a Spirit Airlines ticket, you actually have the ability now to book what they're calling a rescue fare, which is a fare that the other airlines have put out there that have a price cap on it to try to keep you at that same price level that your Spirit Airlines ticket may have actually been at. So other airlines are offering tickets around $199 each way, with a cap up to $299 each way if you are flying on a longer flight. And each airline has different rules on how you have to book those tickets. Southwest wants you to go to the ticket counter. American wants you to use the app. So really go out there and find what airlines are at the airport you're stuck at, and then try to read the rules on those rescue fares.
I mean, that's not chump change. That could be from $400 to $600, but you have to spend it. You have to get home. What about those travelers who have booked out further, let's say next week, next month? What can they expect?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, go ahead and actually contact your credit card company and file a dispute to get a refund, because Spirit is now in bankruptcy, and bankruptcy court is not going to be approving these refunds really quickly. So go to the credit card company, say that you're not going to receive the service that you're paying for, get your refund, and then rebook your tickets now. We are going to be looking at the competition landscape in the airline industry in the U.S. now just lost a competitor. So we're going to see prices start to rise on top of the fact that prices are rising due to the fuel costs at the moment.
So don't wait. That's good advice. What about those people who book through third-party websites like Expedia, for example?
Yeah, you're going to have to contact those companies to go ahead and get your refund.
That is not
Spirit's
easy.
Going to be No, it's not at all. I mean, because a lot of these places, especially now, because you have so many thousands of people who are stranded, you're going to see wait times on the chats and also on the phone numbers. But you're going to need to try to contact someone to get that refund for you, because Spirit will be refunding people who booked direct, but Expedia needs to then get that refund from Spirit so that they can turn it around to you.
I've been on the phone with Expedia, and that was not a pleasurable experience. I can't imagine when it's a situation like this. It is not fun, Bobby. All right, so the Department of Transportation warns that, quote, bankruptcy proceedings are complex. You alluded to that a minute ago. They can potentially impact what compensation consumers are entitled to. What does that mean? Why wouldn't they get everything they spent?
Yeah, because Spirit Airlines has a lot of debt to pay. So, you know, if you did buy a plane ticket and you did not complete your trip, chances are you will get a full refund on that ticket. But if you were a member of Spirit's loyalty program and you had miles through there, those usually have some sort of a cash value. But how will the bankruptcy court actually decide what that value is, considering you can't cash it in anymore and actually use it for a plane ticket? So if you had some sort of vouchers or currency like miles on Spirit that usually carry a monetary amount, we really don't know what that's worth anymore, considering there's nowhere to use it.
Let's say you work for Spirit, you're a former flight attendant. Talk to us about the impact this will have on staff. Yeah, what support is available for the 17,000 Spirit airline workers who are now out of a job literally within hours?
Yeah, let's hope first and foremost that Spirit can actually make their last payroll, because there were flight attendants and pilots, and of course other employees that were working all the way up till the shutdown. Some flight attendants and pilots were actually stuck on layovers, and Spirit had to fly them back to their home base. Other airlines right now are actually setting up microsites to go ahead and recruit these 17,000 qualified airline professionals to get them fast-tracked into the front of the queue, to get them hired on board. But for what Spirit's doing, unfortunately, there's just nothing more that Spirit can do aside from hopefully make those last paychecks. But it's nice to see the other airlines step up and try to hire all of these professionals.
Let's step back. What does the shutdown of Spirit Airlines mean for the availability of flights overall, and for travelers who rely on these lower cost options to afford their trips? Summer vacations, that'll be here before we know it.
Oh, yeah, the summer travel season is going to be really interesting. You know, Spirit had about 95 airplanes when they shut down on the morning of the 2nd. All of those seats now removed from inventory for the summer travel season. So what is left out there is going to have a premium attached to it. So like I said earlier, if you haven't booked anything yet, now's the time to go out there and do it. And usually when Spirit entered a new market, or when any low-cost carrier does, the prices in that market drop because the larger airlines are trying to compete. You know, American Airlines and United have the basic basic fare because of Spirit Airlines. That is the bare bones fare that has nothing attached to it that you have to add everything onto. That was built in order to compete with Spirit. Now with them removed, we're looking at basically a Velo, Frontier, and Breeze remaining. So we've already seen JetBlue move into some Spirit spots in Fort Lauderdale. Breeze is saying they're going to start service out of Atlantic City. So hopefully we do see the competition between the remaining low-cost carriers step up and keep those fares low.
Bobby, are you at the airport right now?
I am. I wouldn't be a travel expert if I don't travel.
I was going to say, that's a great background, but I'm like, no, he's actually
that's real.
Yeah, he's actually at the airport with safe travels.
Yes.
And please come back. Thank you so much, Bobby Lori.